is a bloomin' onion? I've never heard of that in my life.
I can't let them see who I really am.
Waking up is the worst part of my f***ing life every day.
Because now that we're trying to have a baby, I wish I could delete filthiness. I just want to be a wholesome family unit. I want to tell you guys about something really embarrassing that happened. It's the last thing I'll tell you of the night. And I just want you to know that I know I seem quite... I'm actually not very I'm not sex positive. I know it seems like I am. I've been quite... I've been... I've done a few things that would, indicate that I am. But I'm not. On a true sense, I find it quite... and people are sex positive, and that's great, but I'm not. I'm sex negative. That's just who I am. It's even though I'm trying to get pregnant, I still, if I see a pregnant woman walking around, I think, oh my God, you're just admitting it. You're a dirty girl. You're not getting my seat on the bus. No, not after what you did. But yeah, so I just find it a bit funny, and I'm just bored. I just like boring sex. I'm like missionary on my back. I can text. It's just like I'm not interesting in that way. But I do worry, when you're in a long-term relationship, you sort of worry that you're getting a bit boring or whatever. So there's always a bit of that fear. So that's one of the elements of the story. Last element that you need to know before we properly begin is that I had never had a sex toy before, and I'd bought, and I even hate being a female comedian on stage talking about sex toys, oh, ladies. But I bought my first sex toy, and I didn't buy it from the right place. I didn't get it from a woman named Chloe, who has a nice store with a diffuser, and it's all feminist or whatever. I was on the Gold Coast, and I went to a big yellow building. Called Cum World or Splooges for You, or I don't know, but it was wrong. And the guy who was serving me was not Chloe. He was a man. He looked like he'd be more comfortable operating the ring toss at the Royal Show. He's like, and he sort of offered it up, and as a sex toy, and I sort of went, oh, I like that one, yeah, cool, because I just wanted the interaction to be over. So I bought it, and then I never really clicked with it. I never connected to it fully. So that's kind of everything you need to know. So then this is about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, and we just finished a regular night. We finished watching Sopranos for the third time. We'd clicked it off, and then I thought, we should just spice things up a bit. We got to get into this. So we started having Missionary, and it's it's going fine. It's classic, and I think we've got to sort of get to a different level here. I think we need a little bit of something. So I remember that I have this sex toy, right, and it's sort of hidden somewhere. Anyway, I say I'm going to go get this sex toy, and I run and I go get it, and I bring it back and I say, you should put this in my bum. I do feel like you guys are abandoning me a bit, because I did say I'm uncomfortable, so just I need you to be right there with me, because I can't, I don't like this. But so he put it in my bum, and it felt really good. It felt nice, and I'm very proud of myself. I'm lying there, I'm thinking, oh my God, look at me. I can change. I can become a different person. I'm actually so sexually empowered. I'm so free. And then it was almost like my own bumhole thought, girl, no, this isn't you. And it confiscated it. Yeah. It went all the way in. And I knew it went all the way in. There was no denying. It was gone. I tried to grab it, was gone. And I'm like, oh no. And I just ran into our bedroom. I closed the door. I said, I just want to deal with it myself. Yeah, I just wanted to deal with it myself. And I'm really freaking out. And I'm still buzzing as well. And he's on the other side of the door, he's stressing and also Googling what to do. right? And I still don't know what his search words were. Dildo ass, big trouble. And what's coming up isn't good. All the pages, all the things, all the suggestions. It's not good. It's it's saying it's quite serious. If you don't get it out within 15 to 20 minutes, you need to go to the hospital. Because it can bounce around in there. You can need a colostomy bag. It's very, very serious, right? So, and they said, but don't tell the person who's going through this it's serious, because the more they freak out, the further it travels. Right? Because the vagina has a wall that says no. Right? But the bumhole, it's a bit more freewheeling. He's a bit more like, get on up there. Go say hello to your friend, the mouth. Right? Don't you think it's kind of cute to think that they would be friends in in an ideal world? But anyway, so it's he's kind of dealing with all of this. He's sort of absorbing the information, and he hasn't told me what's really going on. So I'm in the other room and I'm freaking out, and I'm also disappointed. I'm like, for fuck's sake, like, I was just trying to be sexual and free for one night, and I was feeling good, and look what's happened. I reckon I heard my boyfriend scream, "Shit it out," 56 times. Squat down. And we're laughing, right? And that's great, But, I used to laugh. I used to be one of those people. I read the BuzzFeed article. There was always some snitch in the hospital who shared someone's x-ray. There's always an x-ray. Some guy's had 7 things stuck in his ass. And I used to sit there, drinking a Starbucks going, you idiot. Why would you keep putting things up there if you've already got something stuck in your ass? Why would you just keep putting stuff up there? But you don't get it. Like, you actually don't get it until it's happened to you. Because the problem is you just can't really get a grip. Like, that's the main problem, is you cannot get a grip. So all you can think about is trying to get onto the other side of it. Right, so you just think, I was like Russell Crowe in A Beautiful Mind. I had all the, calculations on the blackboard. At one point I hobbled out and I was like, I think I just need like a spatula and an egg cup. And this is such an old reference, but people used to make fun of Richard Gere for putting a hamster up his bum, right? But when I was in that state, I was thinking, yes, but of course. He sent it up there to go get something else. What a clever man. So it's going on for a while, right? And then, I'm trying all these things. I'm doing stuff. I'm busy. And then eventually my boyfriend comes in and he says, you can't, we've got to go to the hospital. And I think, I don't want to. I'd rather not. Because I have a friend, she works at the ER, and she's told me the stories. She said every Saturday night, that's pretty much what they're doing in there. They're pretty much just sort of retrieving things from people's arse. And she said that a lot of the people they see, a lot of them live in the country. Men and women, they don't want to come into, they don't want to go to their local hospital because they're worried they'll, see an old friend or whatever. There's a tight community. So she reckons that a lot of the people they see on a Saturday night in the city, in the ER, are people who live in the country. They've driven 3 or 4 hours to get something taken out of their ass. Right, which I love, because it means just on a Saturday night, there's just a guy merging. Checking, with a cricket ball in his ass. So good. But I didn't want to be that guy. I'm like, what if I get recognised? I live in the city, I can't go to the country. Anyway, so I just say, please just give me 5 more minutes. I just need 5 more minutes, please. So he says, okay, 5 more minutes, right? So I go into the room and I do some pretty intense stuff in there. I can't really go into it. I know other comedians would, but not me. But basically, all you need to know is I did get it out. Right. Yeah, thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah. It was incredible. It felt really good. It was, and you know what? I have to say, the closeness I was looking for, the connection through intense, fun sex, it was actually better. Like, avoiding a trip to the hospital with your partner is way better than good sex. It was incredible. It was very nice. We felt great. He does ask that I don't tell that story on stage. He thinks it lacks dignity. I said, shut up, Penny Wong.
This is what's going to happen, okay? We're just telling jokes. They're just jokes. Just jokes, okay? It's just comedy. Comedy. Look, the word's right there. Comedy, okay? Just let's all remember that. No one's allowed to get offended. A lot of people are getting offended very easily these days. And then everyone's just worried about saying the wrong thing. And I know that you are, because you do the same thing that I do. If you're driving along in your car and you've got passengers in your car and you answer a phone call and it goes on speakerphone, the first thing you say is, just letting you know that you're on speaker and there's other people in the car. You may as well say, don't talk about the shit we usually talk about. There's other people here. They won't get our humour, they'll judge us. Everyone's terrified of offending. You can't offend Australians, you can't. You tried. You tried with Outback Steakhouse, you tried. Fuck you, America. How dare you? How dare you? Just a fabrication franchise throughout your entire country. That's a complete mockery of my whole culture. And you guys are totally fine with that. Are you totally fine? What the fuck is a bloomin' onion? I've never heard of that in my life. It's a staple dish in this establishment. You all know it. It's a deep fried onion the size of a football. It's what they eat. It's what they eat down under, you know? We don't call it down under either, by the way. We're there. We're there. We don't call you up over or whatever you are. I'm not offended by Outback Steakhouse. I think it's hilarious. I don't care. There's more stupid shit that we've done in my country that you can make fun of. Much more embarrassing stuff. I'll give you 3 examples, okay? These are 3 examples of some stupid shit that we've done in my country. So if you ever meet Australians, bring these ones up instead of Outback Steakhouse. So in the 60s, we had a Prime Minister who drowned. He was Prime Minister at the time. His name was Harold Holt. He drowned swimming off the coast of Australia, never to be found again. And in Melbourne, Australia, where I'm from, in his honour, we built the Harold Holt Swimming Centre. He fucking drowned, and we built a swimming centre in his honour. What a pack of arseholes. So I grew up in a place called Shark Bay, okay? Shark with an R, okay? I don't pronounce my R's, okay? I don't have time. Shark, okay? Shark, like a shark. You know what a shark is. Fuck you, all right? Like Dana, you know what a shark is. Stop it. So Shark Bay, it never dawned on me how ridiculous this was. When I was a teenager, the local government realised that no tourists were coming to the area for obvious reasons. So they changed the name to Safety Beach. That's the complete opposite of Shark Bay. They did nothing to improve safety, nothing. There's sharks there, a fucking lot of them. And now they're just luring tourists into a death trap, basically. Like, yeah, nah, come in, nah, it's safety beach, it's totally fine, yeah. Yeah, it's totally safe, yeah, go swimming, of course, why not? Ooh, oh no, that's not a shark. That's a safety shark. It's a dolphin, you pussy, get out there. What the hell's wrong with you? So I moved to America. I moved to Hollywood. That's where I moved first from Australia. My plan was to go to Hollywood, become a star. And I'd said that to my friends when I was leaving. I said, I'm going to go to Hollywood. And they all went, Hollywood, you dickhead. I'll give you 6 months. I'll give you 6 months, and then you'll be having sex with some old lady in Malibu just to pay your rent. That's what they said. They all laughed at me, and I went, no, I'm going to go to Hollywood and be a famous comedian. So I moved to Hollywood. I was there for about 6 months, and this old lady from Malibu came up to me. This happened after a comedy show. This old lady came up to me and she said, I'm having a private party down at my house in Malibu. It's all Australian themed. I'd like you to come and perform. And I thought, oh no, shit, it's happening. It's happening. My friends predicted it and it's happening. And I thought, surely she can't pay me enough money. And then she went, I'll pay you $3,000. And I went, oh, look, what time do you need me to be there? What time? So I went down to her racist party and I'm aware Australia's not a race, but anyway. I went down there. She would have spent $100,000 on this afternoon garden party. It was all Australian themed for her 12 friends. That's all that were there. I was the only Australian. It was fucking weird. It was like an Australian version of Get Out. That's what it felt like. I thought, this doesn't seem safe. I need to leave. And I said to the old lady, I said, do you want me to get up and tell jokes? Do you want me to do stand-up? Is that why I'm here? And she said, no, I don't want you to do that. I just want you to walk around and just be Australian. What she said to me, and then she had a handler there. I'm not making this up. They handed me a kangaroo on a leash. A real life kangaroo. You don't hold a kangaroo on a leash. That's a very strange thing to do. That's like one of you guys having a bald eagle as a kite. Just like, oh. Jesus, why did we get a bald eagle kite? This is ridiculous. He's already shat on Grandma twice. Why did we... So that's what it felt like, having a kangaroo on a leash. And I'm walking around this lady's backyard, just with a kangaroo on a leash, just going up to her 12 guests going, g'day guys, how you going? Yeah, it's a kangaroo. I didn't think that'd be here either, but here we are. Hello. Anyway. Shrimp on the barbie, dingo's got my baby, have a nice night. Just saying the stupidest shit that I could think of. Do you know how embarrassing that was? Walking around with a kangaroo on a leash. I would have rather had sex with the old lady. That would be less embarrassing. The kangaroo was embarrassed. He looked up at me and said, do you think if we both fuck her, we can leave? And I went, I don't know, that sounds illegal. I don't think we should entertain that idea. Picture how horrifically offensive that party is, by the way. Put any other culture in that position, how offensive that would be. But we're all laughing, because Australia doesn't count, and I know that. I know that, and I'm okay with that. But she couldn't do that with any other culture. She couldn't say to a couple of guys from India, "Okay, you Indian guys? Yep, come on in, come on in. Okay, you're just going to be in this 7-Eleven here, okay?" And I want you to just get angry if anyone comes in. Just be like, "Oh, stop reading the magazines. Get out of here." She can't do that. She can't say, "Okay, and you 6 Mexican guys, can you go on the other side of the fence and just try and get into the party the whole time?" Just remember that we're all friends. We're all friends here. Let's all remember, Outback Steakhouse is a thing that exists. Let's all remember.
Dash, have you got that picture? I want to show you guys in case you thought I was making that up. Have a look at the t-shirt they made me wear. And I'm just like, yeah, okay. Walking around the yard. Look how big the kangaroo is. That would have beat the shit out of me. $3,000. I'd do it again tomorrow.
I appreciate you coming out here to see my show, The Optimist, and I know that there may be some of you in the audience here this evening. Hey, listen, I'm assuming you might have seen me do stand-up comedy before. And you might be thinking, there we go, 4 of you, well done. Those stats are bad, actually. We need to review this. We'll do it afterwards, but that's not great. And you might be thinking, optimist. It's not really your jam, Jen Brister. You'd be absolutely right. My cup is very much half empty, and I don't want you to fucking fill it, okay? But I've got to try and fill it because I am a parent and I have children. I have twins and they are 8. Yeah, they're 8 now, twin boys. Thank you for clapping that. It's one man in the second row. Thank you, sir. He's really into it. Got to think about twins. Let's not bring it up right now. But listen, I've got to do it for them, yeah? I've got to be a better person for my children. I can't let them see who I really am. Look away, children. Don't look at Mama in the eye. Look away. The only way I know how to parent my children is to lie to them. We all lie to our children. Every parent lies to our children, particularly when they're young. There's three fundamental lies that we say to our kids, yeah? Number 1, Father Christmas. Apparently he's a thing. Yeah, we've all agreed that, not just in this country, it seems to be international. We've all agreed that Father Christmas is a thing. I say to my kids, now listen, don't you talk to strangers, especially any strange men, right? But Christmas night, some big fat fella will be popping into your bedroom to drop off some presents, okay? I know it's a mixed message, but don't worry about it. Number 2, the Tooth Fairy. My kids are not freaked out by this at all. They have accepted this. We have told them that some tiny little fucking, what is it? Some tiny little thing is going to be buzzing around at night. It's going to nick their teeth and leave some money under the pillow, and they're like, Mama, I can't wait. Surely that's the stuff of nightmares, isn't it? Can you imagine going to sleep at night knowing that was going to happen? You wouldn't be able to sleep. You'd be like that. Where is it? Where the fuck is it? Number 3, the biggest lie of all that we say to our children, and that is, everything's gonna be all right. We have to say that. We have to say that to our kids for when we are confronted by questions from our children. Questions, right? Questions like this. Mama, I've got a question for you, Mama. 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 Whatever the fuck it is, could you just get on with it, mate? Because this is really painful, okay? So just let me know what it is, okay? Mama, does global warming mean that we're all gonna die? Oh my goodness, oh my darling boy. Okay, now listen. 2 things, okay? First, what are we going to do about that speech impediment? We'll circle back to that. And second, now listen. Of course it doesn't mean that we're all going to die. Okay, darling? It doesn't mean that. All it means is that the planet's got a bad tum-tum. The planet not feeling very well. But if we all do our bit, you know what? We can make the planet feel better. Oh, Mama, I want to make the planet feel better, so I'm going to take my paper straw and I'm going to put it in the recycling. Oh, darling. You do that. You do that. Because it's going to make fuck all difference. Because the planet's on fire, okay? You can't say that to your kids. You gotta offer them some hope, some optimism, even though you know in 20 years' time they're gonna get sunburnt in January holidaying in Dundee. You can't say that to them.
Because everyone here had the privilege of eating a kebab whilst completely shit-faced. It's insane, isn't it? Like, it's biblical. The way the food melts inside your mouth like the inside of a Lindt chocolate ball. Like, what is that? Also, I know it's a comedy show, I don't want to get too scientific, but when you eat when you're drunk, the calories don't count. It's like eating on a train, it's not technically a meal. Smart, smart, smart. The thing is, I've got this cute thing I do, it's so adorable. When I'm drunk and emotional, I can now eat 2 kebabs in the space of time it takes the average human to eat half a kebab. What? Where do you put it? It's just the metabolism thing. Like, look at my wrist. Thing is, I found out in a horrible way. How bullshit is this? If you go into a kebab shop by yourself late at night, crying with a tit hanging out, and order 2 kebabs, they're like, 2 kebabs, where's your friends? What the fuck? I want food, not shame! Luckily, I've got smart about it. I'll tell you what I do, very simple. What you want to do, go to one kebab shop. Order 1 kebab. And then you eat it on the way to the second kebab shop. It's late at night. There's people in the second kebab shop. You don't want to get caught out. That'll be embarrassing. Wipe yourself down for crumbs. I like to use my training at the Helen Bauer School of Drama to take on the role of woman who has never heard of a kebab before in her life. And you go in the second shop like... What is this place? Sorry, I usually don't come here. I love salad. This is so mad for me. Isn't it table service? I don't know. Who is Donna? So cute! show. It's only because I'm always so paranoid whatever I'm doing that everyone's watching me and judging me. You know that feeling, particularly when I'm eating, everyone's looking at me like, oh, why is she eating that? I cannot get over it. I think it's because whatever I do in my life, I'm always like, this has got to be a scene. Surely I'm on, you know? We should be filming this. I just watched way too much reality TV show and grew up in a drama school, and I think it really does a number on your head. Have you guys seen the film The Truman Show? Yeah, it's a good film, right? I feel like most people watch The Truman Show and go, Jim Carrey, a comedic genius as well as a great dramatic actor. I watched it and I was like, oh, that is such a good idea for a TV show. It's amazing, it's such a good idea. Someone must have made it. Someone would have made it. It's so good. But if they'd have made it, I would know about it. Because I watch all those shows. So if it's been made, and I don't know about it, Truman has to be me. And what is so frightening about saying that, and most of you going, really quiet, is it just makes me so much more paranoid that you're all actors and you think the scene's gone wrong. Like I figured it out live on stage in front of you, what are you gonna do? Like I just, think about it, how would I know? How would I know? My first day in life would be my first day on set. My entire life, everyone would be acting around me. And like any baby in any long-running TV show, like EastEnders or Coronation Street, that baby is cast because they are cute. It's around 6 years old, the director looks at that kid and goes, cute kid, can't act. Better replace him. Can't replace me. I'm being Truman'd. Or Bowered. Need to get me some acting lessons. Easiest way to do that, start the Ann Bauer School of Drama in my house. This is the brain I live with! And most people think it would be a nightmare being filmed 24/7. A nightmare? Come on, I would love it. I wouldn't know the cameras were there, they'd capture my full range. They'd finally be able to capture a side of me that I could never show people. Like, I don't know, my vulnerable side. Like, I can't even say it. That is how afraid I am of being vulnerable. I just think I need to be tricked into being vulnerable. I need to be tricked into it. My whole life I've just wanted one of those moments where people look at me and they go, oh my God, what's going on with her? Do you think she's okay? Because no one ever asks randomly, and I'm always doing a show, so no one ever thinks that I'm not okay. No one asks when you're a child because they can't figure it out, but no one asks when you're an adult because they assume you can tell them, because they assume that you are able to communicate. I can't. I just have to hope people figure it out. I think we all know this feeling from school. Like at school, my dream at school was, you know that moment when you're sitting in the classroom, teacher at the front, and the receptionist comes in with a note for one of the students. And we know this note. It's usually that someone's forgotten their school lunch money or like forgot their PE kit. But every now and again, this note was something more. And whenever this receptionist came in, I was just like, oh, is it death? Is it for me? Just so excited at the prospect of being told something awful in front of people. Want to hear something ridiculous? All 4 of my grandparents died when I was at school. My parents told me when I got home. No one said a no. What waste! Could have been a beautiful scene! I mean, how much drama did I want in my life? Like, seriously. I was raised inside of a drama school. I did drama GCSE. I was surrounded by drama and it was never enough. Of course it was never enough. I mean, look at me. I'm a white middle-class woman from a white middle-class town. There was no drama. We created our own. Our only currency growing up was imagined emotional trauma. And my God, did we love it. When I was 13, our 2 drama teachers at my school did something amazing. They decided that everyone in my year had to write and perform a monologue to the rest of their class, which is a terrifying exercise. And we could do anything we wanted. Like, it could be comedic, silly, slapstick even. But my God, we went dark. And we went dark hard. The boys, they were okay at it. Like, they were okay. Like, every boy in my year pretended to be a drug addict on the back of a motorcycle, which was just like a classroom chair they turned around, and they were like, oh my God, I'm just so addicted to smack. And it's like, okay, George, your mum shops at Waitrose, you're fine. The girls, so much worse. We'd read Jacqueline Wilson. We knew what we were doing. One girl in my year, incredible, age 13, wrote and performed a monologue pretending to be a wife who had just murdered her ex-husband, wiping the blood off her hands. Another girl, age 13, wrote and performed a monologue pretending to be an evacuee child, lost at a station during World War II. Amazing. My friend, age 12, wrote and performed a monologue pretending to be a 6-year-old, writing a letter to her daddy, who had just died in 9/11. Her dad worked in the Domino's in town. We saw him all the time. He'd never been to America. You know what she got? Full marks. Now, there was one thing all my classmates' monologues had in common. They were dramatic, sure. But you knew they weren't true. Because they were set in a different time zone, or they were playing a different age. And I cannot make this clear enough, that my monologue was not true. But my God, did I try and make it plausible. Because I wrote a monologue, written by me, directed by the Helen Bauer School of Drama at home. She had to be involved, she had to. About a 13-year-old girl who was being sexually abused by her dad. I wore my own pajamas that I ripped myself at the crotch for extra marks. I got an A. Thank you. And I cannot make this clear enough, because this is truly the message of the show. My dad has never hugged me, let alone fucked me.
That's the ring, by the way. So that's my ring. I know. Look at that, and then look at that. John. I don't even have my ears pierced. You know what I mean? Like it's. But here's the thing. When Kath gave it to me, she said, I know you don't wear any jewellery, right? So I just figured if I was going to get you a ring, I was going to get you a fucking ring. I'm like, oh, yeah, fair enough. A lot of people have kissed it, I'll be honest. My nephew saw it, he looked at it and he looked at me and he went, do you watch the NBA? And I'm like, And Kath gave it to me though. She said, you've got 12 months to get me mine. And that was 2 years ago. Thanks very much. Good night. Right, obviously, this is my time to do. It's my chance to be the organised one, right? Normally, I'm not the person that does the organising, right? I'd handball that off to Kath, but this time I had to do it. So I went, okay, I can do this. I can get her a ring. That's right, I can organise that. It's a big deal, but I can do it, right? Okay, so first of all, I'm going to have to work out what kind of ring she would like. And I knew that she liked sapphires. I knew she'd like a sapphire ring. And also there is an antique jeweller that she followed on Instagram, and he likes to model the rings on his own fingers, and we call him Hairy Finger Man. Here's an example. But that's a beautiful ring, yeah? Here's another example. We love him. Also love it because sometimes he goes, I'll just put all the rings on one finger. Yeah? There we go. Love it, right? There's my starting point, right? I'll go... I know that she loves, and sapphire ring from here. I'm off to the right track, right? So I thought I'll go to his website and I'll have a look, maybe see what he's got available. But that's his website. That's from 1994. There's no online purchases happening there, right? So I'm going to have to send someone into the store. But the store is in London, right? Thankfully, I know someone in London. Kath's best friend lives in London. And when I say best friend, let's remember that we are lesbians and it is her ex-girlfriend. That's Jess and Kath, and that's when they rode a tandem bike across Scotland. That's so gay. Anyway, so I got in touch with Jess, and she went into the jewellery store for me, and she would take pictures and send them out. So we kind of together we picked out a ring. She bought the ring. The receipt is made out to her. I'll pay one day. It'll be fine, right? And then the next step, I was like, oh, that's one step done. All right, next step, I've got to get the ring, right? I've got to get the ring. She's in London. How do we get... Not something that we really wanted to pop in the post, right? And she said, I've got some friends that are coming to Australia. I'm like, that's great. Would they bring the ring? She goes, yeah, they'd be very happy to do that. And she said, the only problem is that they're only going to Sydney. I don't think they're going to come to Melbourne. And I'm like, okay, all right. I said, do you know what? Let's do it. Get it to Sydney. I reckon I can make it to Sydney and back again without Kath noticing, right? So one morning, Kath got up and went to work, and I got up and flew to Sydney. I am on the plane, straight off the plane, onto the train, right? And went to a cafe and met these two complete strangers. Thankfully, they handed over the ring. Got it. But then I had a bit of time up my sleeve, so we went sightseeing. Took her down to the harbour and went to Luna Park. That was fun. Saw the bridge. Then we went on a ferry past the Opera House, and then took her to the lounge. Fancy, right? And then when I got home, I made a pose with the dogs. There's Lloyd and Harry, little Harriet. And then it was like, okay, I've got to put this away. And I hid it, put it away. And then I looked at the time and was like, Kath and I were going to a party that night, and I was like, I reckon I've got time for a nap, right? I can squeeze in a nap here, right? So put my jammies on, hop back into bed. 10 minutes later, Kath gets home and goes, have you even gotten out of that bed today? Done a couple of things. So I was like, okay, step 2's done. I've got the ring, right? And then next step, I had to give Kath the ring. And I didn't, I wanted to make that special, obviously. I didn't want to go, there's your ring, babe, right? I wanted to make it special. Now, this is leading up to Christmas, and Kath loves Christmas and her parents love Christmas, right? So I thought it'd be really nice if I could give her the ring on Christmas Eve with her parents there. And obviously I wanted to do that at Cape Liptrap Lighthouse, right? So I was like, all I need to do now is figure out a way to get everyone to Cape Liptrap Lighthouse on Christmas Eve so I can give Kath the ring there. And how am I going to do? I had to work out how to do that without causing any kind of suspicion, right? But it was like a couple of weeks away, and I was like, I'll worry about it later. I'll get into it, right? And that night we went to a Christmas party, and we were standing there talking to some mates, and one friend turned to Kath and, said to us, so what are you guys doing for Christmas? And Kath was like, oh, we're going to be down at Venus Bay. And then she stopped and she turned to me and she went, oh, by the way, I keep on forgetting to tell you this, but on Christmas Eve, we're going to go to Cape Liptrap Lighthouse with Mum and Dad and have dinner there. And I went, cool. I held it in. And then Kath turned back around again and kept talking to my mate. And then I stood behind Kath going, the woman is so organised. She's organised her own fucking surprise. Yes. Oh, so relieved. It was so good. So then I had the ring, right? We organised champagne and stuff, and I got the ring, and I put the ring, in that little coin part of your pants. I thought, oh, it'll be safe in there. I'll just put it on, it'll be safe in there. Don't worry, it was safe. It was so safe. It was too safe. I could not get the fucker out. I couldn't. I'm only telling you this because, yes, I filmed it, obviously. I filmed it and we're about to watch it. And I just have to let you know that I'm waffling a lot. I'm just banging on a bit, and it's because I can't get the fucking ring out. And then I get all nervous about it, and it's all a bit... Anyway, we can watch it. All right, here we are. You know what that is?
It's a lighthouse.
That's Cape Liptrap Lighthouse. And Kath's looking at me a bit weird. Just put something in her pocket. I wonder what that could be. Might put something... What is it? I might have just given her...
What's that?
An actual engagement ring because, although I didn't just ask her to marry me and she did say yes. She said yes a long time, because I said yes a long time ago.
Look at that! Look at that, baby! Oh, babe.
I did good. Thank you. Yeah, we did it. Here's the thing, because I'm unorganised, I quite often get told that I'm lazy, and I've said that about myself as well. I've been like, oh, I'm so lazy. But I want to change the narrative on unorganised people being lazy. I don't necessarily think that's always the case, right? Because, obviously, Kath did an amazing job at organising this 3-day event for my birthday with a beautiful proposal to go with it. But she didn't write a fucking show about it. This one did.
Man, thanks so much for coming out to this show. It's such a treat. I really appreciate it. Thank you. It's great to see you all here. Thank you. You've forgotten how to clap. You don't know what to do. You've been home alone too long. You're just walking around going, what's that? Where was the last place you went overseas? Hobart. Where was the last place you went? South Africa. Oh, okay. US. All right. Okay. Japan. These are great places. New Zealand. Not bad. I went to Singapore. That's the last place I went. It's nice, but I didn't know the circumstances under which I made that decision. If someone said to me, you don't get to go overseas for 5 years, where would you like to go? I wouldn't have gone, Singapore, please! I only went there because I was sick of going to Bali. Every time I go to Bali, I shit myself, and I thought, I'm not doing that again. I'm actually going to learn a lesson this time. Because every time I go to Bali, I shit myself, and no one cares. Everyone's like, oh, it's a bit of Bali belly, what can you do? Whatever. It's just a bit of Bali belly. If there is a disease named after your destination, don't go there. You wouldn't go to Ebola Island, would you? Give that a go? You wouldn't go on a coronavirus cruise. When else would you spend $10,000 and just accept shitting yourself as part of the transaction? Can you name any other purchase where that would sound reasonable? Like you buy a motorbike, top of the range. You're like, it's a great motorbike, but every time I ride it, I shit myself. But it's just a bit of Yamaha belly, what can you do, you know? Have a bit of a Honda honk, bit of a Suzuki spew. So I go to Singapore with my family and we go to a resort. Okay, we're staying at a resort, and on the first day, we want to leave our children at kids' club. And when you first leave your children at kids' club, you're a bit, you're a bit worried, Like, if you don't have children, it's how you would feel if you had to leave your phone unattended in a public area. It's hard in the mouth stuff, Imagine that, you got your phone, you put it on the shelf, you're like, oh no. Is it going to be okay? I hope no one fiddles with it. So we leave our children at kids' club and my wife and I go to the beach, and it's just her and I for the first time, just the two of us, like at the beach, with no kids. And we're trying to enjoy ourselves and relax, but I couldn't, because the whole time we were lying there was a guy on his own with a Bluetooth speaker. Like on his own. Just a little speaker. like he's appointed himself the DJ of the beach. Like apparently the sound of waves gently crashing against the shore is not good enough for him. And it's really annoying me. I'm like, he's just imposing his taste on everyone else. It's like when you see a teenager at the shops, with a speaker on their backpack and they're like, oh yeah, it's a really cool band. They're in the Hottest 100. They're called the Cardigan Souls. Yeah, you really love them. Like, I don't care, buddy. Like, you're just imposing your taste on other people. It'd be like me walking down the street with a curry and just spooning it into other people's mouths. Oh, there you go. Look at the curry I found. It tastes good, doesn't it? Open your gob. There you go. Open your gob. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Yeah. Aren't I cool for finding that and putting that in your gob? And I was getting really worked up and I was saying to my wife, he's not even a fan of music, because if he was, he'd have headphones on. You know what headphones are? Two of those speakers up against his ears. And the only way my wife could get me to calm down was to make me put on my noise-cancelling headphones, and I had to listen to an app that was playing the sound of waves gently crashing against the shore. So I go back to kids' club, and no one told me that the activity that day was building weapons. They were building weapons out of wood. Like my boy, he's now 6, he built like a sword, like a long sword. He's like, look, Dad, I'm a pirate. My daughter, she's 9, she'd built a fully functioning crossbow. She jacked it back, fired at my head, arrow just missed me, and I shat myself, which was very disappointing. The only reason I was in Singapore was to avoid that one activity. I'd paid good money to avoid that. And my kids are like, Dad, these are the best toys we've ever had. We can't wait to take them back to Australia. And I thought, it, you know what? I'm up for a challenge. I've seen border security. I know how it works. You bury the shit deep in your luggage, you lie on the form, and it works out every time. So I get to customs, I put the bag down, and the woman working there, she looks at me and she's like, do I know you from somewhere? And I'm like, yeah, I'm on the ABC. I host a TV show called Hard Quiz. And she's like, I love that show. And I was like, thank you. She goes, do you have anything in your bag you'd like to declare? And I was like, yeah. I've got some wooden weapons from Asia. She goes, oh, off you go. You're such a smart ass. I never know when to take you seriously. Off you go. Have a good day. And I'm getting cocky now. I'm going to bring in heroin next time. I'll strap myself up. I'll be ready to go. They'll be like, oh, Tom, have you put on a bit of weight? I'm like, no, I've got 10 kilos of heroin strapped to my waist. Off you go, good on you. Good on you, smart ass. Good on you, drug trafficking scallywag. So yeah, I had a bit of spare time, more than I planned, and my wife said, you should get a hobby. She said, you should get a hobby. But my problem is this used to be my hobby, and then it became like this, and I don't really remember when it changed. It was just, hey, do a bit of comedy, that'd be fun, and then here we are. I don't really remember when it changed over. Like I've been doing it for 25 years. Like 25 years ago, I was doing pharmacy, right? I was doing pharmacy at Sydney University, and I was in the lab, okay? And we were making drugs. We used to call it cooking class. We were making suppositories in particular. And my mate, he was like putting all the medication in the mould, he just flattened it all down, and he looked up at me and he said, this is the most fun part of the course. And I was like, fuck it, I'm out of here. See you, mate. If that's as good as it gets, that is not exciting enough for me. And I left, and I started doing stand-up comedy 25 years ago. And this is how my career's gone. I was sort of like, I started here. I was pretty good when I started, and this is how it went. I started, and then I just sort of improved, just very slowly, nothing too exciting. If you've seen me over the years, you'll know it's true. Oh yeah, this show is just slightly better than last year. I mean, that's how it goes. And then I got the gold logie, and then it went like that. That's where I am now, here with you. And you know what I've got to show for it? After 25 years, I've got like a house in Romsey in the country, an hour out of town. I've got like a wife, 2 kids, a couple of chooks, 2 Volvos. I've got the lifestyle of a fucking pharmacist. It's taken me 25 years to get to where I would have been anyway. I even look like a pharmacist. You can imagine me in the shop giving out reasonable advice. Just standing up the back going, oh yeah, with the antibiotics, even if you feel better, you have to finish the course, okay? Yeah, even if you feel better, yeah, you got to finish the course. I've got to go back to making some suppositories, which is the most fun part of my day.
Morning people, they seem to have a good time. Maybe that's why I don't enjoy things. I'm too tired. Morning people, they're going around doopy-doopy-doo, you know, their elbows out, they've got that Ned Flanders energy. Got any morning people in? What time?
Like 6.
6, that's pretty good. And are you one of those people that just like, I'm awake, that's it, I'm awake?
Yeah.
I got to get out of bed, I'm awake. Imagine. Imagine saying the phrase, I'm awake, I have to get out of bed, in any scenario that does not involve a sniper. It didn't even sound right saying it then. I'm not a morning person. Waking up is the worst part of my fucking life every day. Every day it's the worst part of my life. I wake up every morning like I have just had major surgery. I'm confused. I'm in agony. Nurse! My eyes, it's like trying to blink over Ferrero Rocher. Spiky balls. My mouth tastes like ass. My ass tastes like mouth, I don't know. There's a chance that's how badly I've slept. I've rolled around so much that my pipes have internally rotated, and now the bum end's at the top and I'm tasting it. And then I have to go for the biggest but darkest piss of my life. What does it mean? A dark piss means you need more water, but a big piss means you're fine. It can't be both. I can't need more and less water. And when I say it's dark, I'm not dying, it's not, you know. But it's a rich golden hue. It's the piss of Midas. If you saw fields the colour of this piss, you'd be a fine harvest this year. And then you have to have breakfast, and I can't eat that early in the morning, right? My stomach, it's like a shriveled up old carrier bag in your pocket. It's not ready to receive objects yet, yeah? But you have to force feed yourself because the tasks are coming. Uh-oh. They'll be here by about 9, and you need energy to fight the tasks. And that's why every breakfast food comes with butter or jam or whatever. It's just lube. Lube it up. Poke it in. It's the only way it's getting in, if it's lubed up. You have to treat yourself like a foie gras goose every morning. Lube it up. Blah, blah, blah. Get it in there. Get some task energy. It's a disgusting way to start your day. Force-fed like a goose. And then I get up at these insane times. Explain what I mean. So I do this as a job. It's a nighttime job. But sometimes it doesn't go well for you, right? You have a rail replacement bus nightmare. I once got back to my flat in my bedroom at 3 a.m. and I had to get up at 6 a.m. to be on the radio. So that's when you just go, okay, my life is on fire. I'm only going to get 3 hours sleep. I have to accept that, and I'll just set my alarm and deal with it. So I set my alarm, 6 a.m. 6:09. Phew! I was nearly going to be tired in the morning. That's that bullet dodged. It doesn't help. It does nothing. All you're doing the night before is going, okay, I'm definitely going to be knackered. But what if, in the morning, when I woke up, I wasn't just knackered, I was also late. Not late because I've had like a lovely breakfast or a chat with my family, just upon gaining consciousness, behind schedule. Just eyes open, late. That would lend a fun energy to the force-feeding part of the day, late. Oh. And then you have to have coffee, and I like coffee, but I want to have it at my leisure, not by force, as a kind of performance-enhancing drug. And that's what it is. Coffee is there to solve an age-old problem. You are awake. Your bum is asleep. Wakey, wakey, bum. Coffee's gonna wake up, bum. Not nicely. Coffee is gonna wake up your bum like it's a hostage rescue SWAT team. It's got a battering ram in the door. Pow! Shotgun through the lock of his bedroom door. Blam! Grab your bum by the neck of its pajamas. Where are they? Where are the turds? That's why people smoke in the morning. Did you know that? Same effect, apparently. You fill your body up with smoke, the turds can't breathe in there. Coughing, they flee for the only exit. Like getting a badger out of a den. If that's observational for anyone. It's a horrible fucking way to start 5 days out of every 7. And you're in this terrible state, and then you have to put up with the news. Now, I like the news. I'm subscribed to everything, but like from lunchtime onwards, please. In that delicate state, it's not appropriate. You know, there you are, crusty eyes, stink mouth, big weird piss, panicked, force-feeding, shitting, late. And then a man in a suit appears on the television and just reads out a list of all the war crimes you slept through. Oh, good, you're up. So. Oh, fuck. Shush, leave me alone. I'm not the foreign secretary. These are not my tasks. Later at noon, when I'm emotionally ready for the state of the world. And then you've got your 8 to 10 hours of tasks. Oh, the only highlight is lunch. The shittest meal. And it is. Every good lunch you've ever had was good because it was like dinner. Wow, what a great lunch. Oh, why was it good? It lasted for 3 hours. It was hot food in a restaurant and we got pissed. Right, dinner then. Dinner. Lunch is terrible. It's a meal deal sandwich. No getting around it. It's a meal deal sandwich at your desk. And they've never been good. But lately, They're full of lies. Someone, over at Big Sandwich, has decided to trick me by scraping the filling out of the middle of the sandwich where it lives and instead smearing it onto the external lips of the sandwich in order to give the impression of a sandwich that overfloweth with filling and bounty. And so when you're standing there in front of your bank of depressing meal deal sandwiches in your shop of choice, peering at them through their sweaty little windows, like some Amsterdam punter, you see it and you think, my God, is it even legal to fill a sandwich to this extent? The tuna mayo cucumber is bursting out of this thing. Have I won a prize? Quickly, you buy it, take it back to your desk, you take a bite. Within a desert of bread, betrayal. It's empty. You flip it up, yeah, it's gone, nothing in there. The filling was on the outside the whole time. And now you get to poke it back in with your fingertips. Even though they're still horrible from the bus. Undignified, unacceptable. Oh, you can have a wrap. They're shit as well. A wrap is a tube of mayonnaise cut in half. It's a tube of fucking mayonnaise, and one half's got a shred of chicken in, and the other half's got the bum piece from a lettuce. And if you can choke those down, what's your reward? A sailor's knot of plain pastry at the base. A flavourless fist of dough that you get to gnaw through like a dog. It's like dentist sticks texture. You can feel it cleaning your gums while you eat it.
I'm Sean McLoughlin. It is really good to be here. I mean, look, just to let you know straight off the bat, I'm not going to do any of the heavy shit tonight, okay? We've had a lot of bad years in this country. The last couple of years, we've lost a lot. I'm not going to talk about any of that because, frankly, I don't think comedians should be talking about it. I'm not ready to laugh yet, okay? I'm not ready. We've lost a lot in this country. We've lost a Top Shop, gone. All right? Debenhams, gone. Yet somehow, against all odds, W.H. Smith hangs in there. I mean, what is the fucking hold-up on this bankruptcy? What needs to happen for this cockroach to die? It's the worst shop in Britain, isn't it, W.H. Smith? It's got to be the worst shop in Britain. I don't know about you, I only go in there if I need a private place to fart. Right, I hate it. Hate W.H. Smith, I hate everything about it. Hate the colour scheme, it's all blue, it's like you're being waterboarded. I hate the staff, they're all ugly. Can we admit this? They're all ugly, so something's going on. Sorry. Fuck, I've forgotten a bit already. Does anyone here work for W.H. Smith? Stand-up comedy, can I just say, it really is as hard as I make it look. I hope you appreciate that. It really is. No, it is good to be here. 15 years I've been a comedian this year, 15 years. My big tour to celebrate 15 years as a comedian, 15 years. And I'm proud of that, I am proud of that. Do you know what I'm most proud of? I never sold out. I'm proud of that, never sold out. I don't even mean artistically, I've literally never sold out a gig in my life. And I don't plan to, because I'm not a corporate shill like your other comedians. I stick it to the man. I don't let them get to me. I don't. Like, for example, this bucket. Now, I brought a bucket on stage. That's pretty unusual for a comedian. But let me tell you something. You just say, oh, you've got one. Listen, fuck it. Just to let you know, if you're watching at home, there are meth heads in the audience. Lower your expectations accordingly. Listen, because I stick it to the man. I don't let the man in. I don't even use the internet. I don't let the big tech companies know me. Like, they think they know me. Google, they think they know me. You know, they know all of you. They've got profiles of everyone in this room based on what you type in, but Google don't know me. Because what they don't realise is I spend an hour every morning feeding them false information about myself. It's the only way to win in this life. Every time I have a genuine question I need to ask Google, I ask 5 buffer questions I have absolutely no interest in, just to put those sluts off the set, right? It's not an easy life, but I do it. I do it for you. I sit down in the morning and whereabouts in France was Napoleon born? Can you visit Napoleon's childhood home on Corsica? Vegetarian restaurants near Napoleon's childhood home. Then I get down to it. Do turtles come? Images. It's the only way to stick it to the man. And you've got to stick it to the man in life. You've got to stick it. And Google are the man. Make no mistake. Google are the... Here's how I view it. If Google was a bloke, he would be in prison. If Google wasn't a faceless corporation, if it was Nigel Google down the bar, finishing all your sentences for you, taking pictures of your house from space, fuck off, Nige. How are you getting away with this? You don't even pay your taxes, man. I suppose my main thing about Google is, they're just so American. Do you know what I mean? They're like the ultimate American company. Because nothing's ever enough for America. And nothing's ever enough for Google. I mean, my God, they still advertise. Think about that. Google still advertise. What is your problem, Google? Who has slipped through the net? Who is watching an advert for Google today going, Google? Jeeves, is this true? They're relentless. I see adverts for Google every day of my life. I see an advert for Google. I saw one this morning. I was on YouTube. I was watching this turtle thing. It's none of your business. It's none of your business. And before the video, there was an advert for Google, which is very surreal because Google own YouTube. I don't know if you know that, but Google own YouTube. So it's very surreal when they go, hey, go on Google. I said, I'm fucking hit. I'm on it. How much more can I give you? How much more of me are you going to take? You do it all. You do my email, you do my calendar, you take me around town, you've got photos of my knob. How much more do you want? But that's America. That's America. Nothing's ever enough for America. Nothing. There is an American flag on the moon. There is an American flag on the moon. I mean, if there's one thing in life that can't be claimed, surely it's the moon. But no, moon's American. Makes sense. Of course the moon's American. It's white. It's round. It's inexplicably involved in women's reproductive organs. So it makes sense. Nothing against Americans, by the way, if you've got any Americans in. I don't know if we do. Nothing against Americans. I love Americans. How could I hate Americans? My wife is Canadian. So there you go. And Americans and Canadians are the same. As you know, they're the same. Oh, they are. And anyone who tells you otherwise is trying to sell you maple syrup. All right? I am married, though. That's true. I'm married. Very happily married. Very happily married. That might be a surprise. Yeah, might be a surprise to some of you. I do give off what one police officer described as an extremely divorced energy. But I love her. I fucking love my wife so much. This is stand-up comedy. I don't want to get too cornball. Genuinely, I'm going to be sad when she leaves me. Like, which she must. She must. Not because I'm a bad husband, but my wife is better than me. And if you're better than someone, you leave them. Do you agree with that? No. Hard no. For the people that there's a lot of wives and girlfriends in the room going, what? Was that an option? Yeah, it was. I don't think that's a controversial statement. If you're better than someone, you leave them. I've had ex-girlfriends in the past. They left me. They were better than me. My last girlfriend before I met my wife, I left. I was better than her. No, it's really hard talking about people in that way, but she's the worst person who ever lived. I am better than that. Like I would describe my ex-girlfriend sort of morally. I would say she was Saddam Hussein, but if he really leaned into it. Like if he really... Like she used to say this a lot. She used to say, if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Which, first of all, twat alert, missed it. It's such a shit phrase. I never got that phrase. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Because your worst and your best are linked. No one's that complicated, you know? We're all pretty simple at the end of the, no one's kicking puppies on a Tuesday, curing cancer on a Wednesday. You're all pretty... My ex-girlfriend, at her worst, she would get aggressively drunk, she'd hurl abuse of my friends and family, she'd lower my self-esteem, I would say systematically, so I was scared to leave the relationship. Yeah. At her best, she wouldn't. So I left, as my wife must leave me. And I love my wife. I want to be good enough for my wife, but she deserves the best, and I'm not the best. She deserves a husband to be proud of. A husband to go, look at my husband. Look at those teeth, my God. You know, his laptop case isn't just a pizza box. Instead, what has she got? This is my husband. He's an unknown comedian. He used a debit card to cut my birthday cake. 4 years ago, he accidentally took ecstasy because he thought it was ibuprofen. That's not even a fucking joke, right? I'll tell you the story. We'd had a couple friends round. There was a bit of a mix-up. I double-dropped pills at 9:30 on a Sunday morning. Do you have any idea? I came up in home base. I was with my wife. She was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "You have got to feel this gravel, baby." That's where I got the bucket. Anyway. Canada. Very appealing country, isn't it, Canada? Very appealing country, very romantic. I think I might move over there. That's the truth. I think I might move over there. I'm thinking of it. It's a great country. Do you know what? Because they got standards over there. They got standards in Canada. Like, I flew out of Ottawa International Airport a couple of Christmases ago. It was minus 30 degrees. Minus 30. And the planes were taking off. And the schools were open. And nothing was... If it got to minus 30 in this country, do you think the airports would still be fucking open? If it got to minus 30 in this country, the Prime Minister would go on the news to legalise cannibalism. Okay? Minus 30 degrees, and the planes were taken off. I was on a train in the Midlands last week that got cancelled because there was Dairy Lee on the tracks, okay? We're losing our standards in this country. This used to be a great country. We're losing our way. I mean, do you agree with that? Yeah. We need to be more like the French. Do you agree with that? No one ever says yes. No. I did this show in Paris last month, even though they were like, I don't know, man, I don't know. I genuinely love the French. I love that. Everything I've ever wanted to be is a French person. I say that sincerely, with all my heart. They're thoughtful. They're philosophical. They drink red wine to numb the gonorrhea. Ooh la la. And as soon as things get even a little bit difficult, they just fucking quit. I mean, God, don't you wish you had that in your locker as an English person? And I'm not saying that to be cheap, by the way. The French are rebels. They're revolutionaries. It's in their blood. It's in their history. We don't know how to quit. We don't know how to quit. I hear English people say this a lot. I've never quit anything in my life. People say that here. I've never quit anything in my life. They say it like it isn't the most psychopathic thing that a human being can say. You never quit anything. I've never quit anything. I finished every meal I've ever started. I've still got all my shares in Woolworths. God save the king. I'm intimidated by the French. I'm intimidated by how good they are at quitting. Like, that's why I never get it when people always say, French quit the Second World War. Yeah. It was shit. Doesn't always work, that one, but thank God for the liberal metropolitan elite. I mean, what can I say? Not allowed back in Guildford. I'm not saying this to be inflammatory, by the way. I'm not saying this to be inflammatory. I worry about us. I worry because the future's not about us. The future's not about Britain. It's not about France. It's not about Canada. It's not even about America. This is the century of China and India. These are the two superpowers of the new age. And I don't think we stand a chance against these countries. I don't think we do. Their standards are way too high. Especially China. Give me a cheer if you remember the 2008 Beijing Olympics. Give me a cheer. Do you remember the opening ceremony? Do you remember the most incredible thing anyone had ever seen in their lives? Honestly, if you think this has been good, you wait till you go home and you watch that, okay? I am talking 5,000 soldiers doing flips at the same time. People running upside down, in the air, no wire. Women giving birth on stage to babies that were already dressed and knew the choreography. It was astonishing. And every newspaper in Britain the next day had the same question. How did they do that? How did they do that? Do you think they were asking that in China about our opening ceremony in 2012? Be honest. Do you think they were saying, how did they do that when Dizzy Rascals sang Bonkers? Do you think? Change is coming. It's going to be hard for us. It's going to be hard for us in the UK in particular, I think. Because for all our lives, no matter how old you are, America has been the superpower. They've been the super... And we had a pretty good deal with America, all things considered. We had a pretty good... Yes, they were aggressive. They rammed their culture down our throat. They wouldn't shut up about it. We're America. We'll put a flag on the moon. We'll put a Starbucks in your nan. You know... They ran their culture down our throat. But the inconvenient truth was always this. They had a big old army that killed our enemies. I mean, that was the whole deal, wasn't it? That was the whole arrangement. Just keep me safe. I'll keep pretending Tom Cruise is attractive. Come on! But now who knows what the deal's going to be with China? It's a different culture, different way of life. Different country. I mean, even Tom Cruise, Hollywood, bow to China. All the Hollywood films now have to appeal to China first. I don't think that's a problem, by the way. But you know the Chinese government, they vet the films. They edit the Hollywood films. Makes sense, of course. But it's a weird use of China's sudden wealth and power, don't you think? Influencing Hollywood after centuries of pulling themselves up. What are you going to do? You're going to close the sweatshops? You're going to bring in democracy? No. Let's make sure The Rock doesn't do anything gay. Just do that.
Technology, amazing. Huge part of my life. I mean, I wish I hadn't told Facebook I was single. Don't do that. Facebook goes, oh, you're single, are you? Cool. Here's 500 ads a day about singles in your area, being single, and how gross your body probably is. Thanks, Facebook. Appreciate it. But otherwise, love it. Like, my phone and my computer are my most prized possessions in the world. And I treat them like I've used my laptop to fix a wobbly table. That's not cool. I know. I've thrown my phone at a window to scare a pigeon. I know. And I think it's because we take this stuff for granted. Like, you get this incredible product, and then for like a week, you're like, oh, the precious. And then after a while, you're like, oh, whatever. And I think I've got an idea of how we could stop taking our stuff for granted, because I want to stop taking it for granted, all right? What if our things, our appliances and our equipment and our stuff, bless you, had a voice that sounded as surprised as we should be about what it's doing, if that makes sense. So it could be as simple as, hey, I just boiled water over here. I just boiled water. It was cold before, now it's hot, because of me, yeah. Wouldn't you be more inclined to go, wow, thanks, kettle, fantastic. Or like, hey, I just took your feces away. I just took it away. It was right near you. You hated that. It stank. Now it's gone because of me. Yeah. Just like, oh my goodness, thanks, toilet. Brilliant. Or like, hey, I just let you watch people you don't know have sex. You didn't even know them. You can watch them have sex up close because of me. Yeah. You're like, wow, thanks, binoculars. It was a long road for that, wasn't it? Like, oh, okay. Here's how much I love technology. I sleep with my laptop in bed with me. Oh, yeah. Does anyone else do that? Also single? Yeah. That's what happens. When you're single, interesting thing happens to the other side of your bed, right? Because it's the other side of the bed, but it's now also other things as well. And I don't want to brag. I got a double bed, guys. And I tell you what, it's an investment bed. It's the bed I'm going to die in. I'm done for beds. It costs over $1,000. It's done. I'm done for beds. Has anyone got the bed they're going to die in? What? You buy a bed for that what? I mean, you don't know. Hey, play your cards right. I might have bought the bed you're going to die in. It's not right, is it? I mean, it's right, but it's not right. Anyway, my bed is incredible. I love it. Everyone in this room has laid down on at least one amazing bed. You know when you get on it, you're like, oh, yeah. You know, this is my impression of an incredible bed. I've got you, full support. I've got your head and your feet. Try and trick me. I've got you anywhere you go. I've got you. Now, this is a very exciting / terrifying part of the show because, as far as I am aware, I am the only comedian currently doing bed impressions. So, yeah, it's experimental, it's interesting. So what I'm planning to do, and yes, it's being recorded, is get you lovely people to shout out a few different types of beds, and I will attempt to do an impression for you. I will give you a take. This is one that I have previously thought of, and a hotel room bed. Okay, let's start there. Hotel room bed. Ready? Hotel room bed. No more. I'll never be clean. Okay, great. All right, that was a good place to start. So, we'll just have fun. Someone shout out a couple of types of bed. Memory foam, futon, hospital bed. Oh, okay. This is great. Okay. Memory foam. We meet again. Done. Hospital bed. Okay, hold on. Hospital bed. I may be covered in pee, but I'm part robot. Do two more. So futon, futon. I mean, I'm just a big cushion. And was there waterbed? Okay. Waterbed. I know there's more than you think. When you start, you're like, what was this? Waterbed. Oh, so sexy. I'm weirdly a sex symbol in the 80s, which is bizarre because I would be very difficult to have sex on. Just try and fuck on me. Just try. I push you over there. I push her over here. Okay. All right. Guys. That went better than it should have. I appreciate it. Okay, I'll move on. So the other side of my bed where I put my laptop is another side of the bed, but it's also other things. I put my laptop on there, so it's also a desk, all right? I put a bunch of books on there. It is also a bookshelf. I put clothes. It is also a wardrobe. It is also a medicine cabinet. It is also a cosmetics counter. It is a fridge. It is a bin. It is a huge pile of I have a pot plant on there at the moment. If I actually wanted to have a one-night stand, it would have to be with a removalist. It is a giant pile of everything I could ever need within reach, okay? And I sleep beside my giant pile of shit. It's quite nice. It's like being spooned by a garage sale. And every morning I wake up and I roll over and I go, good morning, stuff. No, this is how I wake up. My alarm goes off and I go, what? Because alarms get the deal out of everything we own. Like, they're just doing what we ask them to do, and we're furious every time. And you might not know this, but when you wake up in the morning, you go, what? Snooze. Alarm and snooze are actually good cop, bad cop in the mornings. They are, because alarm is like, get the f*** out of bed right now. And snooze is like, don't worry about him. I'm on your side. Take another 8 minutes, you deserve it. You're so pretty when you're sleeping. So one morning, I woke up and I went, what, snooze? And I rolled over and went, good morning, stuff. And I just happened to see someone walk past my window down the street, and I had a horrible thought. I went, oh no, what if I end up being a hoarder? Like, a hoard's got to start somewhere. What if my pile of shit is the beginning of my hoard? Like, what if this little line on my hand that I've never looked at before actually says that I, die in 2032 and one of the 18 lawnmowers I keep in my kitchen fall on my head? No, we're not doing that anymore. We're not doing that. It's just choices. Life is just choices. We're in control. That's it. It's just us making choices and doing stuff. Like, you've been in control of every decision that you've made your whole lives that have led to you all being in this room here this evening. But that doesn't mean anything. It's not like this was always going to happen, right? I mean, you could have been anywhere tonight. You're not. It's just choices. We're in control. We're in control. We make the choices, big and small choices, and dealing with the outcomes of that. That's it. That's all it is, which is great. Choice is excellent, obviously. I do occasionally find choice a bit stressful, though. My nightmare is that when you die, there's actually 2 white lights. Just as a final you, wouldn't that be the worst? Come towards the light. Which one? Which one? Can't tell you, but one of them goes to the gym. No! Here's how I don't want to die, right? I'm not good at crossing the street because I'm from the country and tractors move slower than cars. Like, I'm not a good judge of how quickly a car is going to get to me. So I'm always that one where my friends are on the other side of the road. And I'm like, yep, sorry, oh, could have gone. Oh, sorry, but I don't want to get hit by a car while I'm doing this. To die within a moment of indecision is an excruciating thought to me. I don't want the last sound I make on this earth to be, ugh. I want it to be, no, David Tennant, you're the greatest lover that I've ever had.